Very busy day. Very exciting day today. Starting off with a DKI meeting right now. Okay, first meeting in the books. It's gonna be a wild one today. It's really good stuff though. DKI's got a lot of great events coming up. Certainly those will be advertised on this channel. Great group in Kittanning and really moving a lot of things forward. Very excited about that. We're spending a lot of time in the co-working space today, so we'll be back up here later, but for now, gotta go get some work done. Got all that done. Sushi lunch, very special person. Mr. Kevin Myers in the house today. So you've never been to Yamato's yet?
Nope, I'm too cheap.
You're too cheap. All right, well I'm buying today and you're gonna try some sushi.
Sure thing.
I told you I'm gonna get hit by a car someday. Thank you, sir. It begins. Never had crab rangoon before. Gonna try it. Kevin's recommendation. Wow. They were good. Tried a little bit of everything today. We handled it. Great job, Kevin. Give me a Siskel and Ebert review of Yamato.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. How many thumbs? Two thumbs up. Okay. Agreed. I'm so stinking full. I feel I can barely walk. Kevin made me try everything on the menu. Blaming him. It's not true actually. I made him try everything on the menu.
It's good though.
Well worth it. That guy Kevin, mark my words, he's gonna do big things. Not only at Living Water Church, but in the city of Kittanning. I don't spend nearly enough time up here, so always excited to do that. So today is like very, very exciting day. So a lot of different things have been happening in the city since we started making some of these city problem videos. And you know, I'm not saying they're necessarily intertwined directly, but I'm just saying when we begin to speak positivity, I just believe that God begins to do something in our midst, that things just start to happen. And so I appreciate all the positivity you've been speaking, all of the great input and feedback that you've given on some of these past videos, and there's just some stuff really starting to happen. So check this out. Number one, when we talked about borough problems, one of the biggest problems was the park. And so there's Armstrong Athletics is looking at potentially revamping some of the baseball fields up there. Now, that wasn't my preferred use of the park, but either way, wouldn't it be nice to have more park space in the community? Whether it's in town or in community park, it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to see that space up there in community park used for the city. I just want to see it be for the community, whether it be housing or a better park, whatever it might be. I'm just very, very excited to see things churning. Kittanning Council with some more progress. Check this out. Cynthia McDermott, the new borough manager, is officially hired. A full-time borough manager. That's fantastic. She's also going to be doing the secretarial work to replace the former Kittanning secretary. And so they have a huge hole there filled. And also in this article, they talked a lot about how the city has begun more codes enforcement and all the good work that's been happening there. And then something really cool that happened here. It says, members also unanimously voted to allow the Reverend Andrew Ladisaw. I hate when they say that. senior pastor of Living Water Church in the borough, to use the area of former 510 and 512 Woodward Avenue for a community garden. Thank you, Kittanning Borough, for the use of that, and that's part of what Kevin and I were actually meeting about. We're beginning to plot and plan for how we can make a sustainable, long-term community garden there through the great people at Living Water Church that can be a real blessing to the city of Kittanning. So just awesome, awesome stuff happening, you guys. Yet another thing in this article, Wayland Park, which some people call St. Mary's Park, but the park by St. Mary's Church, did receive a grant this year to do some revamping there, and they're now applying for another grant also to do a second phase of revitalization at that park, planning multi-court area to allow for hockey, tennis, and pickleball. So how cool would that be to have in town? Just like boom, 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 good news all over the place, you guys. Get excited. Now, some other news, you guys remember the grant money that came in, and you remember the revitalization project downtown. A lot of that money actually came in with the help of our local state senator, Don White. He actually announced his retirement, and so it's going to be really sad to see him go as our state senator, and so there will be a special election coming up. But the good news, at least kind of from my perspective, is his right-hand man, his chief of staff, Joe Pittman, is actually launching his campaign for the 41st District. And so I've met Joe a couple of times. He's very excited for Joe and for his family. Can't wait to see what he might have to offer in service to our local district here at the state level. And the most exciting thing about Joe Pittman's senatorial campaign is actually I have him right here with me. He's going to be on the Kittanning podcast today. Thanks for coming and visiting us, sir.
My pleasure. Glad
Much
to
appreciated.
Be here. Appreciate you having me.
So, you know, this video is happening now, and the podcast will be up tomorrow, you guys. So make sure to check out that interview. Learn a lot about one of your local senator candidates here.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Sure.
You guys, I can't believe I got to interview who I think is going to be our future senator. That's amazing. I don't know. I have to thank you guys, because if I didn't have 1,300 subscribers, I'm just not sure that anyone would ever want me to interview them. But that was just awesome. If you want to see that interview, it's about 35 minutes long. You have to forgive me for about the first minute for acting like an excited schoolgirl. But after that, the interview gets really good once Joe starts to talk. So if you want to see that one, it should be up tomorrow. If you want to see more interviews like that from local politicians or other candidates for local government, I'm very much interested in interviewing county commissioner candidates. I'm interested in potentially interviewing city council candidates when that comes around. And so I would love your input on that if you would like to see more of that kind of stuff moving forward, especially in a podcast style format. So I'm still having trouble, like, just putting through my head that just happened. Like, that was amazing. Yeah, mobile podcast studio. I love it. Did you guys like the new podcast setup? I think it looks a lot better than the old one did, but I would love your opinion on it. I'm mentally spent, you guys. I got a couple hours left. Happy Friday. I'm going to sign off on this one. Check out the podcast tomorrow. See you then. Got one more meeting today. Forgot about, you know. You're significantly less exciting than my last meeting, Mark. Oh, no. I can handle this. Hello, Joe. Yeah, I got a mess I need you to clean up.